Hello team, welcome to my session on Coffee with Prabh, and today we're going to discuss about the GRC practical series. This is a new series which I started in 2023 and with the vision of producing more and more great consultant in the industry. This series can be very useful for those aspirants who preparing for the GRC job, and I'm sure from this video they get a great understanding about the GRC. If you're new to the channel, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to make sure you should not miss my future videos on a GRC, because this is basically divided into small parts. And today I'm just going to cover the basics and introduction of GRC. My name is Prabh Nair. For more information, you can refer my LinkedIn profile. Without wasting a time, let's start with the first part. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Prabh Nair and I'm working as a chief instructor at infosec training.
So before we going in detail about GRC, let's understand the full form of GRC. So GRC basically stand for governance, risk and compliance, or you can say governance, risk management and compliance. So it is a structured way to align the IT with the business goals while managing a risk and meeting all industry and government regulation. So GRC is a framework, GRC is a process by which we can able to align the IT with the business goals while managing the risk and meeting all the industry and government regulation. So before going to discuss in detail, let me explain you why we need a GRC. What is the reason that, okay, this is a very buzzword in the industry. So I have one video. With that video, I'm going to share you the importance of the GRC in the organization. Okay, let's play that video. Okay, so if you see in this video, there's a guy. Okay, so you can see a lot of challenges, mismatch. Now this guy want to reach office. Now he see how he following a process. He just jump into the bus. There's a guy want a coffee. He just randomly park the car. He want a taxi. See how he took the taxi without following any process. Not abiding with the traffic rules, nothing. He want to deliver the package. Even the rule was mentioned, remove the helmet, but doesn't matter for him. See how he jump. Just following a random things, reaching the goal. So, what is the learning for us from this video? Lack of rules, lack of structure, lack of strategy, lack of process, which create a lot of chaos, right? It create a lot of trouble. Okay, it also bring a concern on a health. So that is same thing happen in the company. Just imagine we are introducing a random business, and for that we introduce a random IT, and later on we got to know it doesn't support the business requirement. It is creating a loss for the company. That is why we need a governance, risk management and compliance. Okay, so when you're talking about the GRC, okay, so GRC, the governance basically all about a set of rules, okay, policies, operation that company use to achieve its business goal. In the same video, if you notice, there was no rule. Governance is all about a system. It is a structure. Like example, like I want to run a country. So for a country, what is required? We need a people, we need a government, we need a policy, we need a law, right? By which we can govern the country. Now in the same video, if you notice, there was no governance. Okay, there is no process. Anyone basically randomly picking the taxi, jumping on the taxi, coming from the roof. There's no rule. So you can imagine the absence of governance creating a lot of trouble. There are a lot of countries nowadays, okay, which is not run by the government. And what happened? It created a lot of trouble. No business, nothing. So you can imagine without governance, you can't run the country. So how can you run the company? So in the company, we have a people, we have a roles, we have a strategy. That is called as a governance. So if you go by the definition, governance is a set of rules, policy, operation that company use to achieve its business goals. It defines the responsibilities of a key stakeholder such as board of directors and senior management. If you can see the second part, which is called as risk management is helps the business to identify risk and find a way to remediate anything that are found in the company. So company basically use the enterprise risk management program to predict the potential problems and minimize the loss. Let's take an example. You're preparing for a certification. So you want a process by which you need to clear the exam, but it is not possible for you to remember the word by word, line by line till the last day of exam. So what you did the risk assessment where you identify, if I don't prepare this, what is the impact? If I don't prepare that, what is the impact? If I don't prepare this, what is the impact? So by this, you prioritize some important areas and you refer that area to clear the exam. Same thing happened in the company. It is not possible for us to protect everything. It is not possible for us to protect everything from everything. So that is why governance basically drive the risk management. But without governance, there is no risk management, because we need a people to conduct the risk management, and that comes from the governance, right? So example, like you're preparing for a certification. Okay, so this is basically the phase 1 and this is basically phase 10. This is your end goal. So you prepare the strategy how to clear the exam. But during that, you need to read book, you need to refer notes, you need to refer videos. So here you did the risk assessment to identify what is important in the book, what is important in the notes, what is important in the video. You refer that area only, and from which you are able to achieve a desired vision. So governance drive the risk assessment so that we can able to prioritize the activity. And to make sure, you should prepare the exam. You should clear the exam. So that is called as a compliance. So compliance is the act of following rules. Compliance is the English word. It's all about act of abiding. Act of abiding. It can be anything. It can be a compliance with the stakeholder requirement. It can be abide with the law. Okay, it abide with the regulation. It abide with the business requirement. So it is basically applied to the legal and regulatory requirement which is set by the industrial bodies, and also for the internal controls and corporate policies. So if you go by the overall process, this is how it works. Governance build a set of operation by which they're doing a risk assessment just to make sure we compliance with the legal regulatory requirement. Let's take one more example. Every organization has a vision. Based on a vision, we basically create a mission. Based on a mission, we create a strategy. And based on a strategy, we basically creating a tactical plan. And based on a tactical plan, we basically creating an operation plan. So here the vision is to basically meet the legal requirement, regulatory requirement, business requirement. So we hire the people. We hire the corporate professionals. They are the one who basically understand the legal regulatory requirement. That is an example of governance. They do the risk assessment on the strategy, tactical and operation just to make sure they compliance with legal regulatory requirement. That is called risk assessment, so that we can compliance with the legal regulatory requirement. So that is how the governance works. So if we have a business here, we have a process here, we have a requirement here, we have a technology. The role of a GRC is to link everything just to make sure technology creating a value for the business, process creating a value for the business, regulator creating a value for the business. So that is basically called as a GRC. So let's understand in more detailed manner about the integration of GRC. Okay. So this is the reference we have. Now, if you notice in this diagram, you get the better visibility. So we are creating a strategy. Let's understand in a more layman term. Okay. So there is a company which is called ABC. Okay. This company is based out in Europe. This company is based out in Europe. Now what happened? One of the primary regulation in the Europe is GDPR. So we have a regulation which is called as a GDPR. Okay. So ABC is the name of the company. And they are basically operating in EU. And they need to be comply with the regulation. Now what happened? There is a company based out in India. Okay. There's a company which is based out in India. Now that company basically has a multi-story building. They have a first floor, they have a second floor. So first, second, and third. Now when we're talking about their second floor, where we have a people, we have a process, and we have a technology. Okay, which basically support the EU business. I'm sure this point is clear to everyone. So we have a second floor here, which basically support the EU business. Now these employees, the people, the process and technology, they want to access the EU data. They want to access the EU data. So process is very simple. We need to make sure this company, okay, should be comply with the EU requirement. And one of the EU requirement is GDPR. So what happened? This company basically appoint a data protection professional. This guy basically create a policy, because it is not possible to educate my 1,000 employees how to comply with GDPR. So what we did, we basically appoint the data protection consultant, and he create a policy, he create a strategy. You know what is this? This is called as a governance. Who basically understand the need of the EU, who understand the need of the business. For the company, the business is comply with the ABC GDPR requirement. And based on that, he create a policy, he create a strategy. Based on that, this guy basically conducted risk assessment in this area, just to make sure we can comply with the GDPR requirement. So that is how the governance we introduce about the policy, did the risk assessment just to make sure we comply with the legal regulatory requirement. So same process here. When we have an office in India, where we have a people, we have a process, and we have a technology, okay, which basically support, which need to be comply with the EU requirement, which is called as a GDPR. We basically introduce the policy, we introduce the strategy. Okay, the requirement is basically all about the governance, and how we demonstrate that we are basically comply with GDPR by giving the evidence about the set of reports. So that is how things works. So governance is all about creating a policy. Governance is all about building a strategy. Governance is all about the process, based on which we did the risk assessment. Okay, just to make sure my policy, my process is compliance with the legal regulatory requirement. So that is how the GRC works. I'm sure this point is clear to everyone. So question is, when we're talking about the GRC, the outcome of a GRC is strong ethics, efficiencies, improve the business process and effectiveness. And that is how it works. Okay. So question is, why GRC is required in the organization? The business we have, which need to be comply with the new or updated regulatory requirement. We have a companies who need a data privacy protection. Okay. A risk management cost increasing at an unprecedented rate. And last but not the least, reduce the total cost of ownership. So that is how we basically define the GRC. As we're talking about information security specific GRC, we have a different type of GRC functions. We have a different type of governance functions. Okay, so if you go by the governance element, so if you talk about the governance part, the first part is called as an enterprise governance. Okay, the first part is called as an enterprise governance. Then further, we basically have a IT governance. Then we have a information security governance. So enterprise governance, creating a strategy. IT governance, supporting the strategy, and information security governance support the IT strategy. They are the one who creating a value for the enterprise governance, and information security governance basically ensure they're able to protect and run the IT in a secure manner and support the vision of an organization. So in their level, they're creating a people process. In their level, they're creating a people process policy. In their level, they're creating a people process policy. So that is how the governance works. So summary is that as we have a company here, which is based out in EU. Okay. The name of the company is ABC. And then we have a company which is in India, where we have a people, we have a process, and we have a technology. To comply India with company GDPR, which is called compliance, we basically introduce the process consultants. We introduce the privacy consultant. And they are the one who basically creating a data protection strategy. They are the one who doing a risk assessment. Okay. And based on that, they're introducing a policy. And that policy is basically applied on the people, process, and technology. Live example is you're not supposed to carry a pen drive in the second floor of the facility. You're not supposed to download any data because we have employees who are trying to access the European data to support the EU customer. So by this way, they're creating a policy and apply the policy on the people, process, and technology just to make sure they comply with the GDPR. So that is how the governance doing a risk assessment to understand how to protect the resources, the GDPR data, so that they can comply with the GDPR, which is called as a compliance. That's called GRC. So in my next video, we're going to discuss about what is governance first. And then in the next video, we're going to discuss about risk and compliance. Do let me know how do you find this video, and do share me your comments in the video. And if you're still new to the channel, do subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the bell icon to make sure you should not miss my future videos on a similar topic. Thank you for watching this video. Bye.